All right, so this is homework that we went over in class and that some of you may have missed. So I'm going to do a real brief, quick and dirty on it. This is the variable costing. And the first thing we're looking at here is to compare variable costing to absorption costing on a per unit basis. So this is your information. And what is the cost per unit using absorption costing? Well, that's not too bad, right? We're going to take the 15 and the 16 for materials and labor. Variable overhead. Now, our variable overhead is 80,000. We've produced 20,000 units and sold 14, which means we'll use the units produced to find the per unit cost and divide that into 80,000 and come up with 4. Now, the fixed overhead is $160,000. So again, you use the units produced and divide it into the fixed overhead to come up with $8 a unit. So our per unit cost using absorption, which is actually what we learned to do in Accounting 101, is $43. So now we come around and ask, okay, what's the cost of goods sold? So now think about this. It's going to be the 14,000 units sold times the $43, which gives you 602,000. What's your cost of the ending inventory? Okay, that's 6,000 times that 43, and you come up with 258. So that's pretty standard fare, and you should be pretty comfortable with that. Now, we're switching, though, to variable. And with variable, remember, we take that fixed and throw it out, and we don't include it in the per unit cost. So now everything's the same, except we don't have the factory overhead included in there. That's going to come out down in period cost, clear at the bottom of this income statement. So now we have a different scenario for the ending. It's now 210. And your cost of goods sold using variable would be 490,000 rather than, what do we have, 602,000 or 258. So there's a difference there, and that difference is that fixed overhead. Now this one we did in class, so you should have this one down fairly well. We just took and compared the absorption versus the variable. The one that you haven't got is the target price, and my guess is you can figure this one out. And this is absorption, so we're using 100 per unit, 30 per dollars per unit. The variable is 8. I even gave that to you. The overhead is, we produced 50,000, and our fixed overhead was 60,000, so we divide 60,000 by 50,000 to come up with 12. Which gives us a total cost of $150. Now, what if I want to mark that up 40%? What's my target price going to be? And that comes out to be 40% times this cost here of 150 or 60, if you multiply it out, and you have a target selling price of $210. So I hope that kind of ties this all together for you. So next I will do the review for you.